Yo, what is up, guys? It is Card Shuffler 99 here. Today, we're going to show you guys a really cool card trick. But before we get into that, we do have a giveaway going on our channel. We're giving away 3 pairs of AirPods. So if you guys want to be entered in this giveaway, first of all, make sure to like this video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Turn those notifications on, which is the bell icon. Make sure to comment at least one time on our YouTube channel. Also, we'll have a link in our description to our Instagram where you got to follow us and also like our posts. And then we also have a link to our Amazon page that will be in the description down below if you guys are interested in getting anything from Amazon, especially since we're in quarantine. We'll have a link in the description where you guys can check out our Amazon website page. And anyways, guys, we got a really cool card trick for you guys today. Let's get right on into it. So, we can start off this trick. We're going to have the decks quickly shuffled here. Like that. And why not shuffle both decks? So, they're both shuffled. So, Adam, I'm going to ask you, just point to a deck real quick. Doesn't matter which deck.
I'll take the white one.
You want the white one? That's
Yep.
perfectly fine. Take it. And I'm going to show you exactly what to do. So, here's what's going to happen. We're both going to go behind our backs. This is just a demonstration. You're going to spread through the deck, take out one card, bring it to the top, turn it over, and cut the deck. And we're both going to do that behind our backs right now. So, let's go ahead and we'll do that. So, spread the deck.
Okay.
Take any card to the top, flip it over, and cut it into the middle of the deck.
All right. Seems fair. Seems fair.
And we both finish. So, Adam, let's take a look and see what card you flipped over. Oh, interesting. You flipped over the three of diamonds. Interesting. Well, if we can actually see, I'll spread through this deck again right here, and we can actually both see we flipped over the 3 of diamonds. That is the trick, guys. Let's learn how to do this. So, there is a setup for this trick, and I'm going to do that right now. Let me just take up this flipped over card. Sorry. There we go. So, here is the setup for this trick. You're going to need to get two different decks. Now, if you don't have 2 decks, you can actually just do it with one and make a prediction. That's another option if you don't have 2 decks on you at the time. So you can either do this with 2 decks or just one. And I'll show you the setup for this. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the card and you're going to place it, take about 5 cards maybe a little more, maybe 2 more, 7, 5 to 10 cards, I would say, max. 5 to 10 cards. And what you're going to do is you're going to take that card and you're going to put it face up right there, just like that. And you're going to place the rest of the deck on top. So this is your setup. You have that one face-up card, maybe, 7 cards from the bottom, and it's going to be face-up right there. And what you can do is you can do the same thing with this deck over here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 cards. We'll do the same exact thing over here. And what you're going to do is you're going to have the same setup for both decks. And this is what's going to happen. So, it doesn't really matter. You can shuffle the decks. Now, do not give the decks any cuts, but you can give it like a quick riffle shuffle if you want, but do not, really give the decks any cuts. And make sure you leave that card somewhere near the bottom of the deck and don't flash that card. So, make sure you're doing a close, very close shuffle. Like that. So even if you do give it one riffle, it might get a little farther from the bottom, but it's still like 10 cards from the bottom, so it's perfectly fine. You can do that. You can give each deck, around one shuffle. And just make sure you don't flash that, so you might want to turn a little bit to the side away from the spectator. But you guys get the point. The cards should still be around 5-10 cards from the bottom of the deck. So you guys get the point there. You're going to have them choose a deck. Because both decks are set up very similarly, you can have them choose either deck. So it doesn't really matter what deck they choose because they're both set up the same way. So let's say they chose this deck this time. Perfectly fine. We'll take this deck. They can take that deck. doesn't matter. What you're going to do is you have to explain these directions very carefully. Because if they do not do these directions correctly, the trick will not work. So, you have to make sure, one, they're doing this behind their back. So make sure you go behind your back. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to spread through the cards. And you're going to take one card to the top of the deck. You're going to bring it to the top, flip it over, and then cut the deck. Now, make sure you explain this step by step. It's very important that you do it step by step, because if they don't do something correctly, like let's say they take these cards and bring it to the top, you don't want that to happen. Trust me, guys. Just make sure you explain step by step. You can do it with them. You just say spread the deck, take out any card, bring it to the top, flip it over, cut the deck. Now that's just an example. Make sure they do that step by step. Very simple directions. Just make sure they do that and everything will work out fine. So what they're going to do is they're going to go behind their back. They're going to spread through the cards. They're going to take out that card, any random card, take it, bring it to the top, flip it over, and cut it into the deck. That's what's going to happen with their deck. So basically, you're in this position right here, 3 of diamonds, king of spades, the random card they flipped over, bunch of cards in between. So that's the position their deck's in. What you're going to do is very simple. You already have the 3 of diamonds flipped over in your deck, so all you really have to do is go behind your back. You're not actually going to flip over any card or anything like that. Don't make it hard on yourself. You're just going to take maybe 10, 15 cards and cut it to the bottom of the deck. That way, the 3 of diamonds looks like it's in the middle of the deck. So one more time, all you're going to do behind your back with your deck, just take, a small pack of 5, 10 cards and bring it. Oh, that's just a double backer, guys. You're going to bring it to the bottom of the deck, just like that. So, you're going to basically control that card somewhere into the middle of the deck by simply going behind your back and cutting off a small portion of the cards. So, you're going to bring the decks back around here, and here's what's going to happen. With your deck, I usually suggest that you do the spectator's deck first. It doesn't really matter what deck you do first. I just like to do the spectator's deck and then show that your deck matches theirs. But it really doesn't matter. So, you go through their deck. And what you have to do is, remember, there are 2 face-up cards here. So, when you spread through this deck, you don't want to spread through it face down. But you do have to be careful because there's only, maybe 7 cards in between them. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to start spreading normally. And then after you get through about 10, 15 cards, you're going to want to go probably one by one. And this is one of the safer ways to do this trick, because if you start spreading out too much, right, you might go too far and then flash this second card. So just make sure you can go normal at first, but then you want to slow down and probably go one by one until you reach the card. I'll jog it, go a few more one by ones, and then you're just going to do a quick block push. And you're just going to push about 10, maybe 10 cards over. And this way, the face-up card doesn't flash. So you reach their card, you out-jog it, you're going to do block push, and you can show the rest of the cards are face-up or face-down. So this way, it really looks like they only flipped over one card, which is the 3 of diamonds. Now, you will be left with the evidence of that one card. There will be that one card still face-up in the deck. Don't worry about that, because all they're going to know is all they saw was just one card flipped over because you did the block push. Then you can spread out your deck and show you had one card flipped over as well. And because you didn't flip over any cards and this was already flipped over from the beginning, there'll only be one card flipped over, which will be the 3 of diamonds. Also, guys, let's say you just wanted to do this. Let's say you only had one deck on you at the time. It's perfectly fine. You're going to do the same thing. And all you would do, 10, 15 cards from the bottom, all you would do is you would just take a pen and a Sharpie, and you're just going to write the 3 of diamonds, which is the face-up card, and then just do the same thing. Tell them to go through the deck, bring any card to the top, flip it over, cut it into the deck behind their back, and then you can spread through the deck, go to the first face-up card, do a quick block spread, and then show your prediction, which would be the 3 of diamonds. So that is the trick, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed. And this is Card Shuffler 99. Peace out.